Hey guys, Josh Sachs here. Back just doing a quick video. Figured I'd get it in the bag out of the way early. So yeah, let's get it going. So first up, I use a Upper Park shift bag for most of my tournaments. Thank you to them. Part of their ambassador program. Check the details in the description for my discount code. Before we get into the disc, just wanted to kind of show off next little patches I have on here. So we have a glow-in-the-dark patch for Scarlet Woods, Canada flag, Eagle McMahon, of course Upper Park Disc Golf, one from last year's Toronto Open. Also can't go wrong with a good whale sack from Eric and Tina. This one is in support of Erica Stinchcombe. I met her at Worlds this past year. She is as wonderful a person as you imagine her to be. Also have my Ready Disc Golf warm-up tag that I got from them at the beginning of the season. This is really great. It's a reminder to properly warm up before I start a round. And of course, the greatest of all towels, and in support of our local pro Thomas Gilbert, the GOAT towel. So we'll start off with my putting putters. I have my, oh geez, it's terrible. My Flex 3 Rainmaker, as well as this Huck Lab stamped P2, which actually won from Eagle McMahon in one of his Patreon contests. So the disc knows how to go in. He used it at the 2021 Las Vegas Challenge. Next up for approach, I have my 2022 Eric Oakley B-Org. Great disc, hits the ground, basically stays there unless you manage to get it on a roller angle, in which case it rolls away for a week. And then I have this lovely, for an understable thrower and throwing putter, I have this 2023 Tour Series Fierce. Really like this plastic. Again, it's understable, so I get a nice little bit of turn out of it. And it's got a lot of glide. This Tour Series plastic, I'm not a huge fan of putting with. I just find it's a little too slick. But I think it works really well in terms of liquid throwing putter. Onto a couple other approach discs. I have my Six Claw Zone, really beautiful rainbow stamp with the McBeast logo. It's a zone. Everyone knows what a zone is. I also bag for the understable shots this very nice ESP Soul. I've had this in my bag basically since it came out as the Soul, as opposed to, I think it was an Ace Race disc a few years ago. Nice flippy mid-range, a lot of good glide to it. Definitely more for turnover shots than anything else. Then I have this Clash Discs Peach. I really got moved onto this disc by seeing it in the hands of one of our local pros, Ken Zanini. He threw it a lot. We were out in PEI at those courses. Really good, nice flip-up disc. Still has a little bit of finish to it at the end, but it's got a nice, good flip-up for those in the wood shots. And I find it doesn't turn over too much for me. Or maybe I just haven't hit enough trees yet. Other mid-ranges, I have this Diameter Open Buzz that I got this year. I just like the feel of this one in this plastic, and it's like a UV plastic, I think they call it. Like, really nice. I don't mind the USA stamp. I know there's some Canadians that aren't the biggest fan of this foil, but I'm fine with it. And last in like the mid-range category, I have this really nice ESP Malta. Great overstable mid-range. Amazing for if I have to play in the wind, and I just can't really trust the buzz as much in the wind because it tends to turn over. Moving on, a couple of fairway drivers. We'll start with this Test Flight Cicada. Picked it up at Worlds this year. really amazing disc. It is a longer buzz. I find it has a little bit more bite to it at the end. I honestly wish I had bought like 5 or 6 more of these at Worlds, or rather to convince other people to buy them for me, because they were limiting them to 1 per person. Next up, I have from last year's Worlds, thanks to Chris Underwood for picking this up for me, is the Test Flight Athena. A little more stability than the Cicada. Nice finish to it. Use it a lot for kind of those 250, 275 shots, where I have to make sure, or where I have to get a little bit finished to the left. And finally, now the meat hook of the lineup is this really nice Doombird 4. Really, really beefy, really, really stable. It's one of those, like, you have to get around a corner type discs. So it's really a utility slot in my bag. I guess not quite last in what you call the fairway driver category is I have this nice Z Sparkle Mantis. It's actually my first ace disc. I aced this year, hole 11 at the Bronny Creek Classic. First ace ever was a tournament ace. Really a lot of fun. Nice turnover disc for me. Still has a nice little bit of bite to the end, but I can still get a nice like full S flight out of this one. Moving on, I have this team stamped C-Line CD1 that I got from Mr. Julian Quenville last year. Really like the flight of this disc. It's a nice complement to the Athena. Like, just because little glidier, can get a little more torque onto it without it going too crazy. Moving on up, I have this Big Z Onyx. I've bagged an Onyx almost from day one that I've been playing disc golf. It started out as my big driver, just because I really shouldn't have been throwing anything beyond this speed. And it's just the mold has stayed with me. I had really good feel to it, nice glide, good stable finish to the end, good wind fighter, 100%. So really like this disc. Next up, I have this Horizon DD1, which was from last year's Red Mystery boxes. Love this disc. Gets good distance out of it. Nice full S flight. Still stable finish. So just want to keep it in there. Next up, I find this to be my biggest, not my biggest distance, but one that gets enough nice amount of hyzer flip to it, and that's the 2022 Tour Series Scorch. Yeah, really, really nice disc in this plastic. Really, really good. Use a lot now just for getting nice long flights. I have to get a late turn on it. I find this actually has a good bit of late turn to it before it fades out. To complement that, a little bit more turn on this one. Can almost be used as a roller in some cases, and that is the Discraft Thrasher. This is in the ESP Swirl plastic from last year's Ledgestone boxes. Yeah, really nice disc. Love it for good long turnover shots. Then we have this really nice 6-claw Hades that was dyed by She Dyes Her Discs up in Barrie. This is a little more on the lightweight side. It's under 170. Used it a couple of times just last week, actually, at Dentonia Park as a roller disc. This gets amazing distance as a roller, still stable enough that it doesn't completely fall over, doesn't cut out too early, I find. Yeah, a lot of fun with this disc and really love the color and watching this thing fly. Last but not least, I have my very lovely Enigma that has the Miss Frisbee stamp on it. Little story behind this one is I had a friend of mine that does disc dyeing. He had a couple of Enigmas for me. I got them originally as a gift for Chantal and Chris, who were also friends. But by the time I got them back to give to them, she had been picked up by Prodigy, so she couldn't throw it anymore. So I gave one to Chris, and I kept one and asked her to sign it for me. It's fit in my bag ever since. It still has a lot of good stability. Great wind fighter. Doesn't flip over on me yet. But yeah, really love it. And so that's my bag. Don't forget to check out the latest in the Local Pro Series coming out on Friday. Thank you very much. Bye.